YouTubers, it's Pauline from Plotting Along. If you're like me, you've got a lot of beetroot left over from last year. Now, as I said, I've got Karen's plot and I've got my plot, so you can imagine the amount of beetroot we got. It was a bit of a bountiful. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to tell you what to do with it, or should I say suggest. Now, at the present moment, I'll just turn it around and let you have a quick look and you'll see what we mean. Hi YouTubers, right, well there you go. I've got tons and tons of beetroot. Now that is a beetroot as it is, and I don't need to explain what beetroot looks like. But I've got a sink full of them. Now I've actually prepared some and I'll tell you how I've done it. So let me just scan over here. Now that's all for the compost bin, and this is what I'm doing now. As you can see, I've chopped off the tops and the bottoms off them, and I'm going to soak them in water, and we're going to look at maybe putting a star anise in, but it should keep me in beetroot for a good few months, if not for a long while. Okay. Right, well, following on from all the beetroots that we peeled in the sink, I thought I'd make myself a beef and beetroot curry. So I thought you might be interested. Now, present moment, there's like 750 grams of beetroot that's been chopped into fine pieces, plus 1 piece of a finger length ginger chopped, 3 garlic cloves, 1 whole red chilli, a small bunch of coriander. Now I've kept some of the leaves back just as make it look nice at the top, but I've chopped all the stalks, so they're in. 6 cardamom pods, 2 tablespoons of treacle, 2 tablespoons of cumin, 1 tablespoon of ground coriander, 2 tablespoons of fennel seeds, and 1/4 tablespoon of cloves, and 3 tablespoons of sunflower oil. So that's what's in the pot at the moment. Now I ground it into a paste. So while I was doing that, I thought, right, I might as well get my meat done. So there is 1.5 kilograms of stewing beef. Now what I've done, I've seasoned it in the frying pan at the present moment, just leaving that to settle for a minute while I do my onions. Now there's my onions at the moment, just going nice brown and everything for me. So I should be okay with that. And then I've got to put 2 stock cubes in and 2 tablespoons of garam masala. But at the present moment, while I'm at it, what I'll do now, this is going to be a challenge. I'll try to see if I can get an assistant to help me.
One glamorous assistant coming up.
Right, here's Mike. Now Mike will help me because I have only got so many hands. Now what he's doing is putting all the paste into the pan with the onions, putting them on a nice low heat while he puts it all in. So there you go, Master Chef. Oh, it's a pity it's not smelly telly, because you'd be able to smell it. It's absolutely gorgeous, the paste that's gone in. So that's cooking away nicely. So we'll just leave that for a few minutes to get mixed up well. That's a good job there. That's really nice. As I say, I come across this recipe from the BBC recipes on their site, and I thought, well, I've got all these beetroots. As I say, I've done some jars of beetroot, which I'll just, there you go, but there's only so much beetroot you can have. As I say, there's all the beetroot we've done. So there you go. So Mike's doing that nicely for us. Right, now what we've got now, Mike's putting in some water, boiling water into it. We've put a couple, and he's doing it now, couple of beef stocks cubes in to give it some flavour. Give it a nice good old stir, and then right, so we've got that. Now what Mike's doing now is putting all the beef that we sauteed earlier on, so that's going in. So we'll mix that up and say, just make sure we've got it all nice and covered and coated. Oh, the smell is so beautiful, isn't it, Mike? Oh, lovely. So just a little bit more water, as you said.
Off the heat.
Now that's going off the heat. Now that will go into the oven for 2.5 hours, and I say we've got it on, what mark have we got it on, Mike?
Guess mark.
We've got it at about 180, so we'll see how we go, but it's going in nice and slowly for 2 hours. There you go. So I'll come back to you. Well, after 2 hours, the beef and beetroot curry's coming out. Now, oh, let's just have a look at that. Wow. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to put the beetroot in, which has been chopped finally. So that goes in, followed by the garam masala. Now, as you can see, that is 1 teaspoon. I'll give it a quick mix.
Back in for 10 minutes.
Back in the oven for 10 minutes, and then it's ready. Oh, the smell is absolutely lovely. So there you are. Right. Another 10 minutes. Now what we'll do, we'll cook it for another 10 minutes in the oven, and then it'll be ready. Now what we usually do, we usually leave it then overnight, and it makes it better. The flavour is more intense and everything. So there you are, 1 beef and beetroot curry. Yum. Well, there's nothing like eating the food, so I'm going to get into it and see. Now, as you're hoping, ladies and gentlemen, you'll see, let's try it and see what this recipe is like. Now, as I say, beef and beetroot curry. Let's go for it. Now that's not just me saying that. That is gorgeous. That is a real gorgeous piece. That's nice. I will try it with the beetroot. I wish I could give you all a piece so you could try it yourself, but I would, I'd recommend this. That is, excuse me, that is gorgeous. Now on that note, I'll just finish my cup of tea and my curry, and I'll see you again next time on my video, where hopefully we'll be able to give you some more update on the greenhouse. And until then, tatty bye for now, and I'll just finish having my curry. Bye all.